Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this video I'm playing a 2v2v2 match on the map All That Glitters. I'm starting in the bottom left and I'm playing as the Soviets. Now I wasn't sure whether I was going to upload this or not. There was a bit of bitchiness between players in this game later on. What happened though is it's a 2v2 match and the host chose the teams. And there's two players on the same team, Bad Example and Nasty But Nice. Now, Bad Example is a rank 60 something and Nasty But Nice is in the top 20. So what you'd expect is that they'd be on two different teams, but for some reason the host put them on the same team. I just think he didn't know who they were. So we've got one really unbalanced team. I'm about ranked 90 something. The person I'm playing with is a good player. He doesn't play a quick match, so he hasn't got a ranking. And then the other two people, including the host, I'm not really sure about. To put it into a bit of perspective, if I was to play a person who's ranked about 60 something, 1v1 in about 10 matches, I'd probably win about 2 or 3. If I was to play a top 20 person for 10 matches, I probably wouldn't win any of them. So that just gives you an idea of how good these players are in comparison to me. Now back to the game. So we started on 5,000 ore, which means we're on really low ore to start with. And that means getting a good economy at the start is essential. So what I actually did is I've stopped building production and built ore refineries after I got a single war factory. And once I get those 2 ore trucks out, then I can start building buildings again. You just need to be really careful. If you try and build buildings and ore trucks at the same time, it takes quite a while because you've only got 1 ore truck collecting ore and each pickup is only 700 ore. So it's much better to get a couple of ore trucks out and then start building your buildings. As you can see, I've now got 4 ore trucks. I'm building another ore refinery before I build my next war factory. And what you may have noticed is I've been micromanaging my ore trucks, because what I want to do is I want to create spaces for more ore refineries actually on the ore. So that's one really important thing you need to do at the start, is just manage your ore trucks a little bit. Create space so you can build buildings where you need them. As for our starting positions, I'm in the bottom left, my teammates in the bottom right. So that's pretty ideal because it means we're out of the way. Where you don't want to be is in the middle, because then you can be attacked from any side. So we've done really well there, and it also gives us an opportunity to build our economy a bit better before we go on the attack, because it's very unlikely that a person from the middle will just abandon the base to attack a corner. As you can see, I built 6 ore trucks before I built my tanks, and now I've got 2 war factories, which means I'm building tanks at double speed. But I'm not going to want to stop there. I'm going to want to keep on expanding my economy, build more ore refineries and build more war factories. On this map you need more than 2 war factories, you need 3 or 4, but you first need to get an economy that can sustain that. Now, as I said earlier, the teams are a bit unbalanced. So what do you do if the teams are unbalanced? This applies to free-for-all or team matches where you've got 3 or more teams. Well, if there's one team that's clearly superior, then you want to attack the strongest team first. Because what you don't want to get into is if you attack the weaker team, you don't want to be, in this case, in a 2v2 situation with the strongest team at the end. So to give ourselves the best chance, we'll need to either attack Nasty But Nice or Bad Example at the start. My teammate in the chat there is just asking me if I'm okay. I've just said yes. I think he's just checking that I haven't been attacked yet. But it's all been quiet, and I would expect that from my starting position. I'll read the important chat messages out because I know some of you have said that if you're watching it on a mobile that the chat is too small to read, so I'll read it out when there's anything useful on the chat. My teammate's just telling me he's starting tank production now. I'm on my 3rd war factory now. I'll just have that built soon, so that's going to increase my building speed even more for tanks. And now I'm going to build a service depot, because one thing I'm going to want to do is build more MCVs, because more MCVs means I can build buildings faster. Because you can see now I've got a lot of ore trucks, so ore is starting to clear pretty quickly. And what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to expand outwards with more ore refineries. The more ore refineries I have, the more ore trucks I have, and the more war factories I can sustain. So I'm just selling my service depot there, and I'm going to build some MCVs. Now, what building MCVs means is I'm not building tanks because they're both vehicles. Now that can put me in a bit of a problem, Because if I'm building MCVs and not building tanks, and another team is building tanks only, and attacks, then they're going to have more tanks than me. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm building some Tesla coils just to compensate for me having fewer tanks if I do get attacked at this point. So it's always important to consider, because if I'm in free-for-all, sometimes in free-for-all matches you see people stacking MCVs at the start, and if I see that happening, I will attack them early on. So you just need to think about that. How am I going to defend myself if someone does decide to attack me at this point, and what position am I going to be in compared to them? Now it looks like my teammate's building up his forces. He's got a good force there. He must have built a strong economy at the start, and he's asking me who are we going to attack first. So I'm just asking him what colour Nasty is, because I forgot since the start of the game. Because we're going to go for Nasty first, or Bad Example, as I said earlier. So he's told us Nasty but Nice is orange, so we're looking for the orange player, and we're going to attack him earlier, or we'll need to go for Bad Example, who's playing in the red. At the moment, we're looking in quite a good position. I've unloaded some of my MCVs, I've got some Tesla coils to protect my base, and I can focus now on building tanks again, now that I've got some MCVs out, and my building speed is going to be increased. My teammate has said he's going to get a tech centre, which is going to be very good. He's playing allies, so that would mean we'd get satellite, which would be very useful on this map, because Shroud regrows, and we want to hit more visibility, especially when there's more than one team. And he said orange is in the middle, so we can see orange in the middle there. I'm just moving my MCV down so he doesn't see it, hopefully. It looks like he hasn't spotted it, yes, else he would have chased it. So we're going to need to take orange out very, very soon. It seems like he's got all his tanks there. And I'll need to get my tanks ready. I'm just keeping on building Tesla coils and things like that. And it looks like Cyan have gone for the attack first. So Cyan's taking out some more trucks right now, and he's doing very, very well. And we can see the orange is coming back with his heavy tanks. I'm coming from the other side though, and it's looking good for us because orange is going to get sandwiched in here. So I'm attacking from one side, Cyan's attacking from the other side, and his tanks are caught between us. And this is looking very, very good. His tanks are falling quite quickly. But we can see what's happening from the north is orange is bringing more tanks down. And we can see pink is actually attacking some of my tanks from the back end. I don't exactly know why pink's doing that, because it's not going to help him at all. And we can see now that orange look like they're going to survive this, because they're just getting more and more tanks. Orange must have a really, really good production going there. So we're going to go for some of orange's ore refineries just to decrease ore production. If we decrease ore production, we can decrease tank production because he won't have enough resources. So it's looking good. We've got one ore refinery down, 2 ore refineries and 3 ore refineries. And Cyan has just told us his base is under attack. So we can see red. That's an absolute classic move. If someone moves out the base to attack another player, then you can attack them. So I'm going to need to bring my tanks back down to help Cyan. Let's hope we can recover his base. It looks like Cyan is still taking his tanks up, but I'll try and defend best. The question is it too late? Will red get attacked by maybe the other team as well? Because red will have left his base now defenseless. He's got a few ore trucks and he's got more tanks than me. But remember, Cyan is Cyan's base, so Cyan's producing more tanks. And let's see if we can survive this attack. So at the moment, it's looking decent actually. He hasn't got that much more tanks than us. And orange are coming as well. The question is, can we save him? And it looks like orange are coming in as well. And we can see orange have got an absolutely huge army. Considering they've just fought me and Cyan, the army is absolutely massive. And unfortunately, there's going to be no way I'm going to be able to help here. It's going to be a good game for my teammate, unfortunately. My teammate said sorry, but there's nothing to be sorry about, because if I'd been in his position, I would have died as well. There's nothing you can do about that. Sometimes you're just lucky. And let's see that we can see that pink with his allies is attacking orange. So I'm going to actually go and help pink here, because orange is a big threat. He also destroyed my teammates, so let's get some revenge. So we can see pink has got quite a big army there. I'm destroying his war factories, and we can see that orange's army is whittled down a lot. And I'm just keeping the pressure on. Now we need to really do some damage and make sure he doesn't recover, because a player like Nasty but Nice, if he recovers, he will be extremely strong. So I'm pushing him back. I'm just trying to destroy the war factories. I'm going to take out the construction yard. get another war factory, and let's see what's in his base. There's another construction yard there, so I'm going to take that out. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to destroy the main buildings. Now, he had 2 construction yards, so he must have had a service depot, so he might be able to build another MCV. But I don't know if he's got any more war factories left, so we'll probably find out later. It's looking a bit better now, better than it was a minute ago, certainly. We've really damaged Nasty But Nice. I'm just telling my teammate, like, it's not his fault, he was just unlucky with where he was on the map. He was on the side of the map with Nasty But Nice and Bad Example, so it was a lot more dangerous than my side of the map. And what I'm doing is I'm just keeping on building tanks, keeping on expanding my base. Base expansion and map control is very important. So if you are in a corner, one of the most important things is you can go out and claim part of the map and protect it. That is very, very important if you're going from a corner. And we can see Pink's there, and what I'm going to need to be careful of is that Pink doesn't attack me and destroy me, or Yellow from his side at the moment. So now that, and we can see that Orange is still going, he's still fighting with Pink, so I'm going to join in the battle. My teammate's just saying there that he doesn't think Orange have any MCVs, and he's probably right, because as you can see his Autrux are travelling a long way, and he doesn't seem to be building anything from his base. We can see he's still got that war factory left. I didn't manage to destroy that after all, and I'm going to go and attack him now. And we're fighting Orange, so this is a battle against Orange. We can see Red are coming in as well, and it's Orange and Red. Let's see what they can do. We can see Orange tanks are destroyed, quite damaged. I think he was possibly fighting with Pink. I'm getting my radar dome now so I can see what's going on in the map. And this is looking very good for us. We're taking down Red tanks. He's only got 3 left. Orange has got 4 tanks left. And let's go. We're going to go for Orange's ore refineries. That's 1 ore refinery down. Can we get a second one? And he's selling them, and there's a 3rd and a 4th. And I think this might be Orange's last ore refinery. We can see his ore trucks have come from a stop, so I think that means that all of Orange's ore refineries have been destroyed. And that was essential because I don't want to be facing Nasty But Nice and Bad Example at the end, so that was a very, very important milestone. So I don't think he can recover from that. Will he be able to build another MCV? He's still got a war factory, but he probably, I don't think he'll have the ore reserves in order to do that. In the chat, Red said 4v2, and then he said well played in a sarcastic way, and then he said I didn't know you were all friends. So he's declaring that both of our teams are working together because we're friends, but we just followed the game plan. We've gone for the strongest team first, which is a sensible thing to do. One of the things I said earlier is the map control on this map is very, very important. And the reason that is when you get into late game, you can see the ore is starting to run out. And if we want to keep up, if we want to keep on producing tanks, we need to keep on mining ore. So it's going to be very important that I'm able to control this bottom section of the map. And you can see Pink might be a bit of a problem because it's sort of, even though the corner's a good place to start, as you get into the game, you can get jammed in if you're unfortunate. It does look like I'm going to be able to expand at the bottom even if I can't get through the middle though. I am in quite a decent position though because a lot of the teams around me have been destroyed or pushed back a long way. It's only really Pink now that are going to be the major problem. And Nasty But Nice has just said whatever, good game. I don't think he's too happy with the way the matches went. Right, so this changes things a bit. Now we're in a 1v2v1 game. So Bad Example's on his own, I'm on my own, and we've got a team of 2 in the middle of the map. So what I'm probably going to want to do is I'm going to want to attack that team of 2 because I don't want to be Bad Example and then have to fight 2 players at once. So what is my aim? Well, my aim is to beat one of the players on the team of 2 and then to fight Bad Example. So it's going to be Pink first because Pink's closest one to me, and we're having a heavy tank v light tank duel. Now, I don't think light tanks are that good. They are quite weak, and we can see it's looking very good for me. I'm going to get a war factory down here, and that's gone. I'm getting another light tank, and we can see he's bringing more and more light tanks. I'm getting an ore refinery down, so I'm pushing his base back. I'm keeping on doing destruction. I'm also going for, I might go for some ore trucks as well, but this is looking good for me. And now he's seeming to overwhelm me with tanks. I think he had some tanks on the other side of his base, because it's looking a bit worse for me now. Right, I'm going to need to pull back, but I have got Tesla coils in my base, so I should be okay. So I'll just pull my tanks back and hope if he comes, then I do have Tesla coils at the ready. And tanks and Tesla coils are very, very strong. So I'm just laying some more Tesla coils down. You can see I got an auto kill there. And I think he's just going on the defensive. I don't think he's going to try and attack my base. And right, you can see this Tesla coil is actually in range of his base. So I can destroy his radar dome, and that'll give him less visibility. And I'll just keep on placing Tesla coils around this area. So I did quite a lot of damage there, and it's going to look like I'm going to be able to push him back if I need to. And it looks like Pink have sent their tanks to the other side of the base again, so I'm going to go in for the attack. I'm going to take out the war factory, that's down, almost. I'm just taking some tanks down, and it's looking quite good for us, because if we can keep on pushing him back, it's going to go well. And Yellow has been defeated. Right, so Yellow is out of the game now. Now this changes things, because we've only got Pink and we've got Bad Example. And as I said earlier, it's probably better to go for the better player first. So I'm just pulling back now, because I'm probably going to want to go for Bad Example. Another reason I'm going to want to go for Bad Example is he's Soviets. And if he's Soviets, he might have Tesla coils, and the allies don't. So the Pink is stopping there, and Yellow has just called Red, Bad Example, a cheater. So yeah, he's being beaten and he's accused now, Red, of cheating. And you do get that sometimes. I know people have called me cheater before. And my teammate who's just watching has said, you cannot cheat in this game, and he's absolutely right. I don't think there's any way to cheat in this game. Oh, I don't know of any cheats that have happened anyway. Right, so what we're doing now is we're destroying Red's auto, so we can see him awing down here. We're going to destroy Pink's as well while we're here, and just stopping them getting those valuable ore. So obviously Red's been busy with Yellow, and he's beating him. I think that's why Pink will move into the other side of the base to help the teammate. And in the chat, Yellow's just said suddenly twice as fast as my units. I think he's talking about building speed with tanks. And Red has replied, lol, you're high. So yeah, they're having a bit of a bitter discussion there. And Pink has just said good game green. So I think he's siding with the fact with his teammate that Red's cheating. And Red's saying it's not possible to cheat in this game. And it's exactly right as far as I know. Right, I'm going to go and attack Bad Example because he is a stronger player and I don't want to be against a Soviet player at the end. So I'm just going to try and destroy his base right now. And I think Red's a bit pissed off with the other team, so he just seems to be ignoring me and going straight for Pink. I don't think he cares about me anymore. I think he just wants to kill Pink. So this is quite easy, just routine, going through destroying his ore refineries, destroying his war factories, just destroying the whole base. And you can see from all the marks there's been an awful lot of fighting in this area. So he must have had a big battle with Yellow. I think he must have been fighting Pink as well. You can see even in his base as well. I think that fight has been raging on for a long time. He probably put himself in a hard position after he killed my teammate from all removing his tanks from his base, and that's when he might have got attacked by Yellow, I suspect. And my teammate's just saying good game, Zach, so I'm just replying good game. It looks like the game is over. So now I'm just focusing. I know that Red must be somewhere. He must have some base somewhere. I'm just checking over. And Pink has just said, called him a cheater now as well. And Red is saying, prove it. How did I cheat? So, yeah. Well, he didn't. The fact is he didn't cheat. What he must have done is he built multiple war factories, and that's how you increase the building speed of tanks. And now Red said, because I kicked Yellow's weak ass. So yeah, they're not getting along. And he said learn Q move. What he means by learn Q move is that when you fight in a tank battle, if you hold down Q, your tanks will keep on attacking the same target or the same building. And it's much better for when you might throw your tanks because you want to move your tanks around as you fight. And I'll be using Q move here when I fight Pink. And it looks like they were mostly destroyed. And yeah, Yellow's just said bye, Red. I think he's quite happy there. And as we can see, they don't have that much left. And Yellow's just saying Red is dead. They obviously don't get along very well. And this is looking fairly routine at the moment. So yeah, I'll just destroy. I've just got a few more buildings to destroy, and it'll be over. I think what happened when I think Red destroyed almost all of Pink, while I was attacking his base, and you can see that Pink is selling up. And my teammate just says, is there always as much bitching in this game? Right, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video.